Hello my shawty baes, hello my besties. You are right in front of my window, and if the lighting gets bad,
who's gonna tell her the lighting is already bad?
it's because it's about to rain, aka my favorite weather ever. I just want to cozy up with a book in bed and read. Alas, I'm not doing that. Hello darkness, my old friend. Anyway, let's do a little dance party to get ourselves in the mood, okay? Yes, Olivia, tell me. We're good. A really long time ago, I did a part 1 and part 2 to my favorite spicy reads. Part 1 I'm pretty sure was a year ago, and part 2 was like 7 months ago or so it's been a while. So here I am to update some of my favorite spicy reads. If a book isn't included here that you're like,
oh my god, Larry loves that book, why is it not there?
It's probably because it's in part 1 or part 2. I'm not going to repeat the same books. So if you want to go watch those and then come back, feel free to do so. I'll wait. Are you done? We all have different spice skills, right? Like when we're reading books, some people will read a book and be like, oh my god, that was the spiciest thing I've ever read. And then someone else will read that same book and be like, that wasn't that spicy at all. So I have a little bit of everything in this video. A little bit of books that I feel like have a lot of spice, and some books that I feel like have regular spice. I'm gonna die. Oh my god. I almost died. Did you see that? I ate an egg this morning, and I haven't eaten an egg in so long, so I feel really queasy. What was I saying? Oh yes, a little bit of everything. A little bit for everyone, okay? Oh, hi, Beaters. Hi, sweetie. Did you eat your food? Oh, that's so great. Oh, that's so good. Let's do it. Let's talk about spicy books. I'm gonna start with some cute, fluffy ones that I put in here. First up, we have Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibber. This one I feel like is the perfect mix between spice and plot. Like there's spice in this book, don't get me wrong. It's just not the spiciest read ever, but it's perfect for what the book is. Like it's so funny, and at the same time, the spices, okay? The man knows what he's doing, but it's also not the spiciest thing ever, you know? So I feel like this is a perfect read if you're trying to get into spice maybe, if you're new to it and you want to dip your toes in. I feel like this is a good one for that. This follows Chloe and Red, and I am going to tell you right now, it's in third person. I know, that makes me want to die. However, I managed to read this book, even it being in third person, and I read it really quick too. It's just so fun that I think you should try it, even if it's in third person. You can also just listen to it. I'm pretty sure it's on audiobook format as well. Basically, Chloe wants to get a life. Yeah, she is bored of her life and she's like, oh my god, I haven't done anything, and she literally almost dies. Well, she like almost gets ran over by a car or some shit, and she comes up with this revelation of like, oh my god, I haven't lived life, and I almost died, and I haven't lived. And so she makes a list of things she wants to do, like enjoy a drunken night out, ride a motorcycle, go camping, have meaningless sex, travel the world. Like she has a list. However, she's like, oh my god, I'm way too good of a girl to do this list by myself. How am I supposed to do this? So she asks her badass neighbor for help, and that is Red. He has tattoos, he rides a motorcycle, she thinks he's a bad boy, so she's like, he can help me with this list. Perfect. This is very funny, very character-based, but also has a lot of plot. The spice is amazing, like I said. I love Red. I love Chloe. It's an interracial couple. There's also chronic illness representation in this as well, if I remember correctly. I love this. I love this book. I think this is perfect if you're trying to get into spice. I really, really could not recommend this book more. I need to read the rest of the series because I love this book like it's my child. I don't even have a child, but if I did, it would be this book. Another cutesy read that is kind of perfect for this time of year is 'Tis the Season for Revenge. If you're trying to get into the Christmas mood, this is the one for you. This is Legally Blonde inspired. I love Legally Blonde. Say no more. Say no more. Basically, you have Abby and Damien. It's duo POV, and Abby's ex-boyfriend is a dick, okay? He breaks up with her because he's like, you are just not enough for me. Okay, he is basically Warner from Legally Blonde, and she is obsessed with pink. She's blonde. She's very much Elle Woods. Make it Elle Woods, but seeking revenge. Well, Elle Woods technically seeks revenge too, but in a different way because she fucks his boss. She always wanted to be invited to his office Christmas party, but he never took her because he was embarrassed of her. And so she's like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna find a way to go. I'm gonna fuck his boss, and he's gonna take me to the Christmas party, and then everything is gonna be amazing for me. What a bad bitch. I applaud her. And this book is so spicy in the best way because it's the exact same as like Chloe Brown for me, where it's a perfect mixture of spice and plot. Like I was really enjoying the storyline and the characters and their romance, but the spice was spicing. Like the praise king in this. Okay. It's also age gap. So like he's mature. He knows more than her. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Yeah, this is a good one. I highly recommend. Maybe read it around Christmas time, or read it now to get in the Christmas spirit, you know? Next up, we have The Nanny by Lana Ferguson. This one is a bit too long for my taste. I'm gonna say that right now. I think this book is too long for what it is. It's like 400 pages. However, I still really enjoyed it. And the plot is unlike anything I've ever seen before because basically it follows Cassie and Aiden, dual POV, and she was an OnlyFans, not member, creator. She was OnlyFans creator, but then something happens and she deletes her account. She's like, no more, I need a new job, I need money. And so she gets hired to be a nanny for this hot single dad. But then she finds out that the hot single dad was her #1 fan on OnlyFans. Amazing. Like I said, too long. I felt like I read a million books by the time I finished this book, but it was still so good, so funny. Kind of a slow burn, but not really. There was a lot of spice, shockingly, because with a cover like this, I was like, oh, there's not going to be that much spice. No, like I said, too long, but that's what she said. Next, I have a book I read literally this month, and I could not wait to talk about it, so here I am to show you. It's literally not even that spicy, but when the spice gets going, it gets going, okay? This is a slow burn. So the spice doesn't happen until way later, but when the spice happens, it happens, okay? It's Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. Yes, this is the first book in a series. There's gonna be 2 more about the rest of the brothers in this, however, they're not out yet. This follows 2 serial killers. Like literally she's a serial killer, he's a serial killer, they meet and they start serial killing together. Amazing. Amazing. It follows Rowan and Sloane, it's dual POV, and basically they meet because they're both, yes, serial killer, and they kind of have this game going of who can kill a person faster. I know how it sounds. I know how it sounds, but listen, this book is so good. This book is so good, I promise. You're gonna read it so fast. It's on Kindle Unlimited. The spice was amazing. It is a slow burn. So good. The guy's so romantic. I have no words for this book. I love it so much. I love it so much. Let me just tell you, check your trigger warnings for this one. I'm gonna read you one of the trigger warnings because it just makes me giggle no matter what. It says, accidental cannibalism. Yeah, and then if that wasn't enough, literally the dedication says, for those of you who read the trigger warnings and said, accidental cannibalism, count me in. This one's for you. If that doesn't deter you from reading this book, you're just like me for real, because it didn't deter me either. And listen, the cannibalism scene is hilarious. Never thought I'd say those words out loud. And it's literally a dark romantic comedy, like best of both worlds. If you love rom-coms, this is it for you. If you love dark romance, this is it for you. A little bit for everyone. Anyway, these are the 4 kind of cutesy ones I have in here. They even look cutesy. Look how cute they look all together. Wow, how cute. Looks like the 4th of July. These I wouldn't consider like fluffy romances, but they're not dark either. They're kind of just adult romances. It's the Playing for Keeps series by Becca Mack. You have Consider Me and then you have Play With Me. There's also another one called Unravel Me. I haven't read that one yet though, so can't speak on it. But Consider Me and Play With Me I have read, and I really enjoy them. They're hockey romances. They're interconnected standalones, follow different players from the team. You guys know the drill. This one is Carter and Olivia, dual POV, and this one is Jenny and Garrett, also dual POV. Carter and Olivia is like bad boy turned good, boy obsessed, he changes for her, that kind of vibe. Play With Me is brother's best friend, forbidden. Both of them are so good. They're a little cheesy, if you ask me. Like, when I read these, I was like, okay, some scenes, a bit cringe. However, I moved past it because they're so good. They're so good. They're also very long, but I didn't feel like they were long because the found family is so great. It's so funny. The romance is great. The spice is great. So I kind of got through the cringy parts, and the spice was fabulous, if I do say so myself. From what I remember, I did read these a long time ago, but I remember the spice being great. And if you like hockey romances, then these are for you. And they're also like in the professional hockey team, and HL. Like, it's not college hockey. It's not amateur hockey, even though college is not amateur. But you know what I mean. It's not college. It's professionals, okay? These people know what they're doing. On the ice, out of the ice, with their hockey sticks, with their other sticks. Search for trigger warnings. My leg is falling asleep. Oh no. Oh no. Ah. When I show you guys this next one, you're gonna be like, Larry, what the fuck? And hear me out before you say what the fuck, okay? Like, hear me out. It's Planet Barbarians. By Ruby Dixon. Listen. Is this about aliens? Yes. However, technically Clark Kent is an alien, and he is Henry Cavill. That's my only excuse. Also, E.T. We love E.T. How cute. Phone home. I don't know why I used E.T. as a reference. This is a spicy alien romance. Let's not talk about E.T. Take E.T. out of your mind. Just think Henry Cavill. Think Henry Cavill alien, not E.T. alien. This follows Georgie and Vectel. She is a human and she's abducted by aliens. The aliens drop her off in a planet that she has no idea what it is, full of other aliens. And these other aliens are the good aliens. The ones that abducted her are the bad aliens. They're like little tiny aliens. And these ones that she got put into their world are big aliens. Big ones. Big everything. They have tails that do things. You have to read it to understand what I'm talking about. It's addicting. Okay, like, is the book good? No. But is the book bad? No. It's fun. It's fun. I caught myself cackling out loud in this book several times, because they don't understand each other. Like, literally, he's an alien, she's a human. They have no idea what the other person is saying. And so it's so funny. And this spice, I never thought alien romance would be so hot, but it is very hot. Don't expect a good book, but expect a fun book when you want something entertaining. Trust me. Next, I have this series that I am in the middle of, and by in the middle, I mean I read one book from the series so far. I'm going to read the rest next month, but it's the Darkverse series by Runix. I read The Predator, and I really, really enjoyed it. I am vlogging this series. Literally, I vlogged this book so long ago, and I haven't done the rest yet, but I'm going to do it next month. I'm literally going to put it on my TBR. I promise. I promise. This is third POV as well. I'm sorry, but it is like once you get through the third POV, you get really invested in the story and you kind of forget about it, but you do kind of have to get through like the first 50 pages to get invested. That's at least what happened to me. You can also listen to it. I'm pretty sure it's also on audiobook. This follows Marana and Tristan, and they are both from opposite mafia families. He's part of the Tenebrae? Yeah, Tenebrae outfit, and she is literally part of the rival mafia, so they are very forbidden. It is enemies to lovers, so they in fact don't even fucking want to be together. They don't like each other. I don't want to tell you too much about the plot because I feel like this series, the plot kind of keeps going. Like what I learned about in this book, I feel like it's going to go on to the rest. I feel like it's a big plot line. I don't think you can read one without reading the other. Don't think they're standalones, but I really enjoyed it, and the spice was awesome. There wasn't too much spice because it's enemies to lovers, so it takes them a while to be spicing it up, you know? And it's enemies to lovers, like knife to the throat kind of enemies to lovers. Like they literally both hold out their guns at the same time and they're like, I'm gonna kill you kind of enemies to lovers. The best kind. The best kind. I'm gonna finish this series soon, I promise. It's a dark romance, so search up trigger warnings. Another mafia series I have that I really, really enjoyed is the Sinners Anonymous series by Soam Sketcher. This is the first one. I don't know why I have it out of order. Hello? Yeah, here we go. Like that. We have Sinners Anonymous, which is the first book. It follows one couple, and then these two follow a different couple. So you have Sinners Condemned, and then you have Sinners Consumed. So, book 1, book 2, book 3. They are all dual POV, and they follow different brothers in the mafia. The last brother doesn't have his books yet, and he's the one I'm anticipating the most. I'm very excited, but these were so good. I ate them up. They're the perfect mafia, but fun books. Like, there's not too much plot for you to follow in the sense of you don't get confused or bored or anything. It's more so very entertaining and spicy and fun. The kind of mafia that they're just like ra-ta-ta-ta at all times. I don't know if there's a different kind of mafia, but you get what I'm saying. This follows Rory and Angelo. His nickname is Vicious. Love that for him. And she is set to marry this older man, and by older man I mean very older man. But then she meets his nephew. And that's Angelo. It is fiance's nephew. Yeah. Another sentence I never thought I'd say out loud. These follow Rafe and Penny. I think you say it Rafe, and Penny. Find a penny, pick it up. Yeah. And these are a little bit of enemies to lovers, or at least dislike to lovers kind of vibe. All of them follow brothers, like I said, and they all own this hotline called Sinners Anonymous, where you kind of call and confess your sins. Like picture a priest in a church, except make it a hotline and mafia men. And these women call this hotline confessing their sins. And they listen to all of it. Amazing. Amazing. Mafia, fun, entertaining. Search up trigger warnings. Next, we have one of my new favorite series of all time, and that is the Souls Trilogy by Harley LaRue. Love, love, love. Her Soul to Take is the first book. Her Soul for Revenge is the next book. And then Soul of a Witch is the third one. These are all interconnected standalones, so you can read one without reading the other. However, I recommend all of them because they're all very good. And if you go in order, you get the full storyline, which is fun. They are all dual POV and they all follow demons and humans. Yes, demons. Dark demon romances. That's what these are. In the best way. They're also small town. Like demon, dark romance, but small town. Have you ever thought you'd find that combination together? No? Well, Harley LaBrue did it. This follows Leon and Ray. She is a college student. She comes back into town to kind of save money and live in this old cabin that her parents owned. And then she summons a demon by accident. This one is definitely like, if you enjoy damsel in distress, this is that kind of vibe. I don't love damsel in distress, but I fucking love this book. It found a way to do it right for me. I don't know. Leon and Ray, my favorites. And you have Her Soul for Revenge. This one follows Zane and Juniper. This is the complete opposite of damsel in distress. Like, she's a baddie. She's basically seeking revenge on this cult that tried to sacrifice her. And he's the demon that sets out to help her. And then Soul of a Witch. This is the latest one. This follows Callum and Everly. He is an archdemon, so he's the most powerful of all, besides Lucifer, but he's right up there, okay? And she is a witch. She wants to destroy this big monster that you kind of find out about throughout the books. I don't want to tell you too much about that, but she wants to destroy it, and he wants to help her. This is so boy obsessed. Like, this is so boy obsessed. The other ones, the boys were obsessed, don't get me wrong, but this one is the definition of obsessed. Like, he is so in love with her. He falls first, he falls harder, boy obsessed, so spicy, amazing, amazing. I could not recommend this series enough, y'all. Please, please, please read it. If you take anything from these videos, make it be this. Read these books. Search up trigger warnings, because again, dark romance. Next, I've talked about these more than enough, but I'm going to talk about it one more time. I promise I won't say too much, but it's the Legacy of God series by Rena Kent. This series has taken over my life, and therefore it has taken over yours as well. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. We have God of Malice, God of Pain, God of Wrath, and God of Ruin. I almost dropped that. Lizzie, I got it. Anyway, these are all interconnected standalones. They follow a friend group. You don't have to read them in order, and you don't have to read all of them if you don't want to. However, I would highly recommend it. Rena Kent has an entire universe though, so like she has parents' books and stuff like that before these as well. These are the very last ones you're supposed to read, but I read them first, so I'm gonna go back to the parents after. I just didn't want to go in order. I'm sorry. I usually go in order, but I didn't want to read like 30 books before reading these. I just wanted to read these. They're all dual POV. God of Malice is Killian and Glendon. God of Pain is Annika and Creighton. God of Wrath is Jeremy and Cecily. And God of Ruin is Landon and Mia. All of them are very, very dark. Very, very dark. Please search up trigger warnings. These are not for everyone, but they're for me. I love them. I eat them up. I love the found family. I love the spice. I love the couples. I'm so excited for the rest of the books. I just highly recommend. Next two books I'm going to talk about are not physically here with me, but they're emotionally here with me. I don't have the paperback to one of them, but the other one is one of my favorite books of all time now. And where's the paperback? Where's the paperback? Why can't I find it? My house is a mess, that's why. It's For the Fans by Nyla Kay. This is one of my favorites. One of my favorites, okay? This is Stepbrothers? Yeah, they're stepbrothers. But listen. It follows Avi and Kai, and it's dual POV, and they are stepbrothers, but listen, they meet way later in life. Way later. It's not stepbrothers that like they grew up together. They meet when they're about to go to college already. And they absolutely hate each other. So it's enemies to lovers, it's stepbrothers. One of them is like the popular jock on the football team, and the other one is like the loner, kind of introverted, artsy one. So they're very, very different. It's opposite attract. This is one of the most emotional, amazing fucking reads of all time. Please search up trigger warnings, but this book deserves to be talked about more. And it is one of the spiciest things I've ever read in my life. Like, I think we can all agree this book is spicy. There's no way you're going to tell me this book is not spicy. You're lying, Your Honor. Your Honor, you're lying. Show me the receipts. Because every page of this book was laced with spice and also crack. Oh my god, it's amazing. And then I have Iced Out. This one I don't own the paperback yet, but I need to buy it because I read it on Kindle and I loved it. It's also MM. It follows Quentin and Oakley. They are both on the same hockey team. They used to be rivals on different teams, and now they're both in college on the same team. And they're kind of forced to work together, but they hate each other. And so one night, they're at a party and they stumble into a bathroom and somehow do very spicy things there, and then they win their next game. Being the superstitious hockey players that they are, They're like, hey, we should keep doing that. Clearly whatever we're doing out of the ice is working in the ice. So they're like, hey, just to win hockey games, let's keep doing it, you know? Just to win hockey games. We hate each other. Let's not forget that. It's so good. Search of Trigger Warnings. And the last 2 books I have in here are also books that are not for everyone. And once I hold them up, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. But it's The Cat and Mouse Duet by H.D. Carlton. This is a stalker romance. It follows Zaid and Adeline. It's dual POV, but he is a stalker. There is a lot of trigger warnings. The second book is literally one of the heaviest books I've ever read in my life. There's a lot to these books. So when you look at the trigger warnings, please take them seriously. If it's not for you, that is completely understandable. You have to really throw all of your morals out the window to be able to enjoy these books. And at first, I hated them. Like when I first read this one, I did not like it at all. But then I read the second one and I really, really appreciated the book, but I wasn't obsessed, you know? And then the more I thought about it, the more obsessed I got. And now I adore them. Yeah, how did we get here? How did we get here? That is all, my beautiful besties. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like all these recommendations. I gave a little bit of everything, so you have different spicy kind of books for you to go through. Let me know which ones you read. Let me know what other videos you want to see. Let me know whatever you want to let me know down below. The rain is about to start. It's coming down. We're yelling timber. Let the rain fall down and wake my dreams. I forgot I was tired throughout this video. As I talked about these books, I forgot I was tired. Okay, I love you. Have such a good day.